Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Longside. It's been a while, but of course, you don't think I'm gonna forget this, do you? Of course I won't. Burnley, of course, after the international break, has gone back to club football, the real football, of course, and we got ourselves a bit of an interesting one to break down today. Of course, Burnley 0, Sunderland 0. Give me your thoughts down below in the comments. If you're new here, then feel free and subscribe. And also, if you do enjoy, maybe, depends if you're Burnley or Sunderland, maybe more Sunderland, then feel free and also smash a like too. So, after the international break, we were all waiting for Burnley to get back on track of our current title charge as we ended the break with a 6-0 loss away at Man City. Could be 6-0, could be 5-0, could be 1-0, it doesn't really matter. They all feel the same to me because I am absolutely numb to Man City and I never want to go to the Etihad ever again, okay? For me, that's not even a real game of football, okay? Anything could happen in that game, and we can completely forget about it. But we did end the break with the Clarets 13 points clear at the top of the Championship, 30 points clear of Sheffield United, who I believe tomorrow plays quite a tough game. I think it's Norwich away tomorrow, and it is Norwich away tomorrow, right? So today, I kind of felt like it was an opportunity for the Clarets to actually go and just almost just go further, I guess, in terms of our title charge. Can we win the title in 2 games' time or 3 games' time? And you may be thinking I'm being naive by saying that, but for the most part, Burnley are going to win the league. I don't think anyone can really have any doubts of that. You know, we need to have basically 4 losses in our next 8 games, and we've lost twice all year. You know, I think the happiest fan tonight, I think, will be Reading fans. As Reading fans, of course, they are holding on to that 106 record-breaking Championship points record. And I think it'd be those fans that be the happiest, I think, tonight, that at least it's looking like we are probably not going to beat that record. And you know what? That's okay, right? That's okay. It was a bit exciting. I did say that I'm going to hold my hopes for that unless if we get 3 wins in a row against Sunderland, against Middlesbrough and against Sheffield United. We've got a point tonight, which is fine. I really don't care. I watched the game up against the wall today and, you know, as I usually do, hence why the background's a bit different than usual. And, you know, I think in the first half, a decent 5 minutes, felt like, you know, we're back to normal, back to Burnley, you know, maybe hopefully have a nice big bounce back after that 6-0 loss away at City and just have another routine 3-0 like we usually do at home. And then it really just kind of faded in that first half for the most part until like the last 5 minutes. So first 5 minutes, great. The last 5 minutes of that first half, also decent as well. Some good opportunities too. Ashley Barnes on left foot just goes over the bar as well. I think Brownhill from a cutback from Benson has another shot and it gets deflected and just goes over the bar. Another game that, you know, either of those two could have gone in and it could have been a different game. And yeah, so first 5 fine, last 5 fine, or the entire middle, the least said the better. Sunderland, no, I got to give some credit here. They came at us. You know, usually I had the opinion that if a team tried to get at Burnley at home, especially, they tried to get at us, get in our face, pressurise us, I kind of felt like we would always be able to pass our way through. And today, they actually were a very impressive side. And it kind of if I was a Sunderland fan, I would be really frustrated thinking that, like, you have got some decent players there that are good to assist them. And against a team that, you know, I guess you expected to not have much of the ball, you're a very decent, like, organised pressing side. And, you know, on another day, you could have made your chances pay a bit better. They did have the ball back in the last 5 minutes, but I believe it was an offside, and I think it was a rightful offside. I only saw it back once, but I think it was the right decision, as I believe one of the players was directly right in front of Muric. I don't know if he got a touch. In the double check if someone can confirm, but I think he did, which of course means they were miles offside. Even if he didn't get a touch, I think he was like really like in the way of Muric, and I think that does count as obstruction. But you know what? Another day, Sunderland, they could have got 3 points today. And I saw some Burnley fans saying on Twitter that, oh, I'd be embarrassed to be a Sunderland fan because they're celebrating a draw. And it's like, why wouldn't they? You know, Burnley have got an incredible home record this year. And any side that comes to Burnley that plays the way that they didn't sit back all game and hope to just, you know, beg for, you know, a snatch and grab. They came at us for the most part. And, you know, fair play to them for that. So Yeah, if I was a Sunderland fan, I'd be quite frustrated thinking that you have got some decent organised players there, and maybe if there was a bit more luck in your injury department, I know that the likes of Stewart is injured, and there's a few others as well. I think Bollard and probably many others as well. That if they were fit, maybe that playoff push would actually be a lot more likely. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on Sunderland. So as we look at the table, Burnley are currently 14 points clear against Sheffield United, and really I look at this as just like not a free hit, but for the most part it is, because I do expect Sheffield United to not beat Norwich, at least get a draw. If they beat them, then okay, cool. The gap will go to 11. Not the end of the world. There's 8 games left. But I kind of expect Norwich to at least get a point at home against Sheffield United, I think. I guess you can never know for the best. But yeah, that's my kind of prediction for it. So I think for the most part, we kind of look at it thinking, okay, bit of a shame. May mean that we can't win, we can't break the record points, but, we may just have to win a title normally. And the thing that I want to look at is the fact that I just want to make sure that we don't end up doing a Fulham last year and just, look like we're going to win the league and then just kind of peter off and really end off the year a bit, not pathetic, but, with a whimper. You don't want to end it in a way that you feel like you're missing that edge, missing that fight. And I'm seeing some people on Twitter say that, they feel like this is the first game that they've had a lack of passion, a lack of, threat or lack of endeavour. And I do feel like that is unfair. First off, yeah, it wasn't the greatest, but we have had that before this year, that sometimes we are just a bit more cautious than we really should do. And I get that for the most part, maybe due to the international break, first game back, I get it. I get it mostly. And I do think second half it was a lot better in terms of every 5 minutes or so we seemed to make that good chance. There was trying to think of what was the best chance. I think there was some great play. I think in the 55th minute, I believe, great little link up with Barnes, with I believe it was Zaruri, and Barnes just with a bit of heavy touch and couldn't get the shot away. Again, the crossing by Goodmanson, he got subbed on, and I believe that was Benson with a pretty heavy touch, and again got cleared out as well. Not the best of chances the second half, as far as I'm aware. Maybe I'm missing one, but another day, especially those last first off chances by Brownhill and also Barnes, one of those two go in, be a different game. So I do think that my kind of 2 cents that I add on to this is the fact that I think that it doesn't really matter all too much. It's just a bit of one of those days that sometimes you do just get in a championship, right? And if this is maybe another example of when we aren't on it and we aren't at our complete clinical best, we still get a point and we still look dominant throughout the game. Looking at the stats, say 69% possession, 13 shots, so Sunderland's 7, and big chances 1 to Sunderland 0, and big chance missed as well. They did hit the bar though. Very, very good chance, I think, by Diallo in the 80th minute ran that kind of period that he had a shot deflected by Cullen, went over Muric, and it looked like it was bound to just slip underneath the crossbar, and we are very fortunate at the fact that did just hit the bar. And I think we should not be feeling a bit lucky, but we've seen that a lot of times in the championship that ball does just sneak underneath the crossbar and it is 1-0 and they can snatch a 3-pointer, and that could be maybe damaging for our morale, maybe in terms of how we look throughout the last 8 games of the year. So yeah, I don't think any Burnley fans should really look at this and think that it's any problems. Yes, we have got 2 big games now up next, Middlesbrough away and also Sheffield United at home. I do expect 4 points. Even if we get 2 draws, I still think that's fine. If we get a draw against Sheffield United and lose away at Middlesbrough, again, do I really care? I don't think I really do. I think as long as we don't lose to Sheffield United, we're still going to win the league as far as I'm concerned, and we're definitely still going to get promoted, right? So you just want to make sure that you end the league strongly and not go out with a whimper, because you feel like that could play a factor into next year in terms of just that momentum going into the Premier League. So yeah, good game from a Sunderland fan. Can see where your boys are top, and good luck for the rest of the season, Vizza. Thank you, Smithy and Hunter as well. And as I said, for Sunderland, I do feel like you guys are a pretty well organised side, and what I can see is potentially more frustration from you guys, saying that if you guys had a bit more, were a bit more fortunate in terms of your injury list, that maybe you guys probably will be in that playoff push as well. I do kind of rate you guys when you guys are on your day, but maybe the way that we played, maybe that does kind of suit Sunderland to be in a kind of almost counter-attacking high-press team that, maybe that does suit your players. But I would say you're probably one of the best sides in terms of pressing us and making us feel a bit uncomfortable that I've seen this year at the turf. So, yeah. Burnley fans, tell me down below your comments. Honestly, there's not much I can really say. 0-0 draw, there's not that much to add to it. Other than, my part is just to kind of add that we are going to get promoted. We are how many points? Jesus Christ. We are 17 points clear of Middlesbrough. We are now level on points, we're now level on games. So that means that is 8 games left, 24 points remaining, and there's 17 points separating us. We're promoted, right? Yeah. What even needs to happen for that to even end up in a collapse? Like us losing 5 games? No, 6 games. We need to lose 6 games of our next 8, right? So we're promoted. Yes. Imagine it. I mean, I can't even say imagine. There's no way, right? There's no way, right? I don't know. There's no chance. Frustrating game. Felt like International just tired our players. Maybe. I think that's, there could be a bit of a rustiness to the players, perhaps, and I can see that, and I think the players, they've deserved the right to have a bit of a, maybe not even an off day, because, I do think that we did make some great chances at times that some days just goes in. There's been games this year that we've not played our best and we still get 3 points. Stoke away was a great example of that, and there's probably many others as well. I think Coventry at home was also a great example that we weren't at our best but still got 3 points. So, yeah, it just was one of those days. No draw. We'll take it. 40 points clear with 8 games left to go. And let's just hope that Norwich can do us a favour and just make sure that we're looking even more comfortable for the rest of the year. So, next game up, we've got Middlesbrough. What day is that? Is that another Friday? I think it is another Friday. Let me double check. In 7 days, on the 7th, right? So it is. I've got a bad feeling about Fridays. I don't know why. That'd be a tough game. I saw Borough against Stoke, and Stoke were really, really good against Borough. They were really off at Middlesbrough, so maybe that was just them on an off day. But they look gettable. However, it will be a tough one. So only time can tell what may happen. So tell me down below your thoughts in the comments. Burnley going to win the league. I would say so. We're 14 points clear now with 8 games left to go. If we don't win the league, then I think it'd be harder to not win the league than to win the league by quite a distance at this stage. But yeah, Burnley fans, tell me down below your thoughts. I'm going to go to bed as I've been working out all day for Mazzolo Designs. If you guys haven't seen my socials, I've launched a new football design company as well that I've been working hard to get up and running, and it has launched a couple of days ago. So tomorrow there'll be a brand new set of designs. I think there'll be 7 or 8 involving many different teams around England, Scotland and Spain as well. So check it out. I'll leave a link in the comments. Yes, sorry, chat. It's a chat, isn't it? Jesus. Sorry, I've been literally on this all day, so I'm knackered, honestly. But, yeah,